The dream. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Straight from the chest. My name is Justin Groth. Guys, I want to first and foremost thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for giving me your listening ear. If you're a veteran listener, thank you for your loyalty. And if you're a new listener, welcome. Guys, if you're new, you have no idea what I'm about to go into. But for your veteran listener, my veteran listeners, you all already know. It's time for the We're Not Friends segment, and I'm just going to jump right into it because this coffee's got me feeling litty, and I love it, and I'm just in that mood today, right now. So, guys, I'm not going to directly say, this is one I'm not going to say directly, we're not friends because of this particular thing, but I will word it in such a way that makes you understand what I am trying to define here. And who I am calling out. Guys, you know that show Hoarders? Okay, we're not we're not friends. If you watch that show Hoarders and you understand why the hoarders are hoarding. Listen, I'm not gonna go on and say we're not friends because you hoard. I'm just saying, if you watch that show and you're like, yeah, I know why Jane hoards all that crap. No, we're not friends. Hoarding, in fact, when I watch that show, I cringe, but I also get frustrated at the same time because here these professionals are coming in, psychologists, junk removal people, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's this person's property and they have a right to it. But they allow the person to stay there and fan through the stuff that's making their environment hazardous in the first place. Like, no, this is how I would do if I had that show and I could do it. Because I don't know what laws there are against this. If there are, I would say, no, you leave. We're gutting this entire place. You have no say anymore because clearly you don't have what it takes to live healthy. You don't have what it takes in your mental state to be able to make honest, discerning decisions based on what you have here, because that's why we're in the mess in the first place. So you go bye-bye and we're going to go and just intervene as we please, which means getting all the crap out, taking the trash out. And that's what leads me into my point today, guys. We're at 2019, 2020. You know, I don't really care about the year. It's just another day. But to most of you, you need to start over. And I get it. I'm not saying that I don't need to start over, but every single day I start over. I don't need another year for me to make the change to start over. But that's my mental space. You may have a different framework. If this is you, then maybe this message is going to be for you. Hoarding is not just worthy or indicative of trash or different nostalgic belongings that you may have cluttered in your household. Hoarding can relate to people that are bad for you. It can relate to idealistic things that you should not be idolizing. Hoarding can be a lot of different things, a lot of different elements. And the thing about hoarding that sucks is most people don't even know they're doing it when they're doing it. It takes an outside source to come in with their perspective and say, what are you doing? This is ridiculous. Why do you got all this mess over here, all this mess over here? And guys, it may not be belongings that you're hoarding in your house, but you may be hoarding certain people in your life that serve you no inordinate value other than and this is probably this may be what's happening. You're self-sabotaging yourself by keeping these people around because maybe they're giving you an out to actually producing the thing in your life that you have this visceral intent and desired urgency to do. I don't understand why you keep these people around. I don't understand why you allow yourself to hoard. And maybe unbeknownst to you, but when people point it out, listen. It's not about something that we need to keep in our place because we need comfort. Like, I'm all for comfort, dude. I'm the next human, just like you. I'm saying that there are things that we hoard on purpose. And it's unbeknownst to us sometimes, guys. We do it in a subconscious but self-sabotaging way. Maybe it gives you an out. Because maybe that thing that's inside of you that wants to come out and bring itself out, you know that that's going to be uncomfortable. And so you're delaying what should be the inevitable, this thing coming out of you and actually going to work, because that's the thing that's going to be your destiny. That's the thing that's going to be your purpose. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that those movies that have the aliens in the person, like you see, like I think it happened in Men in Black, and the alien comes out of does it come out of the head or comes out of somewhere on the person. I don't remember what because it's been years since I watched that movie. But that is your purpose. It's coming out, it's trying to come out of you like that alien. And yes, it is foreign and alien to you because it's something that you haven't recognized yet. It's something that you haven't given life to yet. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have life. It doesn't mean that it's still it still doesn't have a heartbeat. It's got a heartbeat, and it's got a big one. It's the biggest heartbeat amongst your own heartbeat. It's the next heartbeat that you have. And for you to just denounce it because you're scared of how it might look, or you're scared of the possible failure, that's absurd. Dude, all the people you look up to, Beyonce's, the Jay-Z's, the Warren Buffetts, they all failed numerous times. If you don't believe me, check out their biographies. Just go. Do it now after you listen to this podcast. But do it today. If you don't believe me, check out their failures. There's literally nobody I've ever heard of on this planet that's a successful testimonial case that has never had failures. Never. It doesn't line up with success. You need failure for success. And you got a bunch of those what should be motivational memes that, fail to succeed and all that. Yeah, but sometimes you don't need memes. Sometimes you need real life practicality to fucking hit you in the face. Sorry for cussing, that just came out. But really, that's what you need. I know I need that. Because sometimes I don't get it otherwise. And I need that smack in the face. You need to be told, get out of here, let me take out this trash, because you clearly don't know how to do it. And that's what God is trying to do in your life. Take your trash out. 2019, if you're not on the path, or you're not on the path to becoming, or yet, to becoming the professional that lays dormant within you, then you're not trying hard enough. You're not challenging yourself enough. You're not setting enough disciplines. You're not being obedient enough. That professional lies within all of us. If you want to be a professional, you got to act like a professional. You got to think like a professional. You got to pray about your profession. You have to talk to God about your profession. And you have to think about your profession consistently, daily. The professional is in all of us. Whether that's a professional at building houses, or a professional at working on people, or a professional at the judicial system, everybody's got a professional that lays dormant within them. But the point of this all is that it lays dormant, and you need to not make it dormant anymore. And the way you do that is bring out that alien. Let it extract from you, despite what anybody says, despite if it's popular, despite if it's going to give you reputation or another 100,000 followers on Instagram. All of that means nothing. Currency literally means nothing as well. If none of this world was based on money, extracting of goods and services for money, what would you do? Bet that it's not the thing that you think about doing right now or that you're doing currently. Because if you're listening to this podcast, you have confusion in your life, which is the reason why this is only at all delivering any kind of value to you. So if that's the case, you're in the wrong field. If you're making a lot of money, but you still feel empty, you don't have joy, and you can tell because people around you don't want to be around you, that's how you know quickly if you have pleasure or joy in your life. If people don't want to be around you, you don't have joy. That's your direct indicator. If you don't feel, no, it's not hungry. I was going to say hungry. I hate that word. If you wake up and want to do the things you want to do, it may mean that you're in a season of your life of drought that is necessary before the rainfall hits, or you're just in the wrong field, bud. And I bet you that if that's the case, you got something laying dormant within you that wants to come out. You got that alien in you that wants to come out at your gut. But you keep pushing it down. No, get back in there. You get back in there. I'm not doing you because I don't know what's going to come of you if I let you out. I don't know if you're a caged animal, man. You could end up getting me in trouble. So what? Get in trouble for once in your life. Do something that breaks the rules for once in your life. You keep living on the safe side. You keep living on the line of safety and comfortability. That's why you're not where you want to be. Sometimes you need to get in a little bit of trouble to bring yourself back in alignment, dude. But then you realize, oh, can't do that. Got to stay on this path. You may think those are the battered and bruised people. Those are the people that are more refined. That's all that means. They're battered and bruised, but they're refined as a result. I don't know about you, but I want to be more refined. And I know that any struggle that I have, it's not anything that I can't get over with God. And B, it was supposed to happen. Let me rephrase that. Let me recite that. It's not A, anything I know I can't get through with God. And B, it's supposed to happen that way. But I'm not afraid to be a little bit different. I'm not afraid to get on this mic and start yelling because these are things that I'm passionate about. And these are things that you need to hear too, because we're all human and we all bleed and sweat the same kind of emotional dysfunctions. If you're thinking you're different, great. You're different then, you don't need this podcast. You don't need me. But I'm speaking to that one person that needs me. And I come at you with conviction because this is stuff that I'm going through in my own life as well. I'm not speaking from a pedestal here. I'm on the same ground that you're on. I'm walking in the same footsteps. And I'm telling you, the hoarding is going to keep you back. The hoarding is going to keep you in your dysfunction. If you want to get out of your dysfunction, take the trash out. Take the trash out. The trash could be anything. But take an inventory of the things that you're hoarding and be real with yourself and be self-aware with what your surroundings are. And if they're not representative of the professional that you strive to be, then put that in the dumpster for 2020. Put that in the dumpster for December 31st. Before the new year. Do it now. This is our last podcast of 2019. And that's what I have to tell you. Take the trash out. Done.